Hi, my name is Chad Carnes with MCA Connect, and you're watching another episode of 5 Good Minutes in Microsoft Dynamics AX. And today, we're going to talk about how you need to think differently and you need to expand the reach of ERP. So today, I'm going to kind of tease the next blog and this blog. I've done this whole blog with the control of just my Microsoft Xbox One controller. Okay, so in the next episode, I'm going to show you how you can use your Xbox One controller to control presentations and control AX7. But in this one, we're going to talk about Workspaces. Okay, then we're going to talk about how you can take an Excel file and integrate that into AX7. Again, as Microsoft continues to move all of their pieces into kind of one universal cloud application, okay, we need to start thinking differently about what's possible. And today I want to show you that in just 5 good minutes. In this episode, we're going to look at Workspaces, but I also want to give a big shout out at the end here to Janet E. Blake and AX Frederick, especially Mr. Frederick. He gave me a really good template here that I'm going to show you how to use at the end. So we're going to go and jump into Workspaces, okay? And we're going to look at Workspaces, and basically we're going to go to the cost analysis workspace. So these are the things that show up on the home page now. Okay, if you go to the left and we navigate in the navigation bar there, I can also navigate to the workspace through there as well. Okay, but we'll probably spend a whole blog on this cost admin and cost analysis workspace. But for today, I just want you to get a feel of what those workspaces look like and kind of how we're going to use those. Okay, so now I'm going to go to accounts payable. And I'm going to go to open vendor invoices. And what we're going to pretend here is we're going to pretend that the person who uses the cost analysis also needs to have an idea for, say, cash flow purposes or something like that, the open AP. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to click advanced filter. Okay, so in this advanced filter, I'm going to change this and say, give me everything that's open to be paid that is type electronic. Okay, so that we would do through like ACH or something like that. I also set one up for checks. Okay, you're going to save that inquiry. Okay, I'm going to call this 5 good minutes. Okay, and I've got one in there for check, and I've got one in there for electronic payments. Okay, so once I hit save there, when you hit the drop down, you can come back into this form and you can filter the grid by whatever we've set up here. Okay, the other interesting thing, and the new thing in AX7, is you have this little toggle box. In the old world, it didn't do that. It didn't used to show credit notes. So now this grid will balance to your open invoice inquiry. So you can see I can change this to check, and again, it filters my report. Okay. So now, here's the neat thing. I can add these as tiles or as lists to workspaces. So this gives you the ability to basically put reports, okay? Put information into these customized workspaces, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and name it, and I can name it something different for the workspace tile that I'm going to put into that workspace. So I say, okay, I'm gonna go back to the cost administration workspace, okay? And let's say I don't remember how to navigate there too. The new thing in AX7 is I can actually go to the hourglass here, or the magnifying glass, and I can just type in what I want, and then I can click on it. Okay, so now I'm going to go here, and as you can see, I've got a tile now where I can then open that grid up. Okay, so I can save it as a tile. I also want to show you that how earlier in the cost analysis I actually saved this as a list. Okay, so again, we just have to think differently about how we want to use these tools. Okay, and as you can see here, I click on it, and you can instead of having a tile, you now have a list. So again, we got to think about how we're going to use these. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is from Mr. Frederick. Okay, I think I'm saying that right. All right, he gave me a great little tool here. All right, so this is an Excel sheet. Okay, I'm going to come into AX and I'm going to copy the link to my Azure environment or my cloud-based environment. Okay, then I'm going to paste that in. Okay, into his Excel sheet, okay, and he had this using HR. I'm now doing like a month-end close list, okay. Now when I click the link, it automatically takes me into the form that I've set up, okay. So what I can do is so for example, it took me to the ledger, okay. So let's say I want to create a month-end, and the first step was to open up period. So I'm going to go to the ledger calendars. I'm going to copy that link, okay. So I'm going to copy that from the end. I'm going to go back to his Excel sheet, okay. I'm going to paste that in. And now, boom, I've got a month-end close check sheet that somebody can use, and it takes me right to the grid in the form that I want to use, just like that. Hey, thank you for joining me for another great episode. I will have a link on the video down below in the comment section that links to a shared drive that has the Excel template. I'm also going to include some of the Xbox One stuff out there. Again, the next episode, we're going to talk all about how to do this, and we're going to talk about Power BI and AX7. So that's going to be a big episode, and we're actually going to make that an extended version. But a big shout out to Mr. AX Freak and Janet E. Blake, who led me onto the document. Really appreciate you guys letting me use your stuff on the blog and giving me permission. Big shout out to them. It's a great blog. I highly recommend it. I've got it right down here. Okay, please check out the blog. It's right here. And again, thank you for joining me. We look forward to having you next time on 5 Good Minutes in Microsoft Dynamics AX.